Hi, my name's Paul Jefferies, instrument maker. I specialise in percussion instruments, and today I'm working on a Premier 751 vibraphone. I'm always working on these vibraphones. And part of this job is that I'm going to be doing the damper bar. This has got several parts wrong with it, but in particular what I'm going to be looking at in this video is the felting of the damper bar, because I get asked a lot of questions about vibraphonists wanting to buy replacement felt and this, that and the other. And it's the sort of thing that actually you can do. I'm quite clear. Most of the time when I say you cannot do it, it's because there are very good reasons why you cannot and should not work on your musical instruments, ultimately because you don't know what you're doing. But this sort of job is something that you can do. It doesn't require specialist equipment, it doesn't require measuring equipment, it doesn't require 20 years of experience, it just means a little bit of care. And so this is going to be an instructional video into what I do and why. Enjoy. Got rid of the rivet head on this side, but the felt's still stuck down on this end, and right at the end here there is a little bit of a bump. You'll be able to feel it, and it's the rivet head coming in. So I don't replace the rivet heads because that bump there is going to lift the F at an angle, and it's going to prevent good damping. So get rid of them. You don't need them anyway. The only reason why they're riveting them is because they're folding the felt down over the edge here. I don't care about things like that. Okay, so I just literally pull the rest of this felt off, and this can go in the bin. Once we've got the damper bar like this, we need to get all of this crap off it, and this requires a bit of elbow grease really. Basically I hold it in the vise, and I'm using two hands. I'm using an old chisel, and I'm using it as a scraper. I also use one of these things. This has got like a disposable blade. It's one of these really sharp things, and a big handle, and this is quite good because I can pull it towards me. Okay, as I clean this off, a little brief discussion of felt. I don't really want to go into too much detail because it'd be a bit boring, but it's not only vibraphones that I work on. I work on for many different customers in many applications, from sort of education establishments, orchestras, recording studios, you name it. And it's not just vibraphones that require damping. I'm also working on tubular bells and glockenspiels, crotale frames, all manner of instruments. And so what I'm after is a consistency of result. I want an instrument. If it's got a damping mechanism on it, I want it to damp. I want the notes to damp off, and I want them to be damped in a particular way. The choice of material that I use, that I go for, is the material that I deem best. It gives me the best results. Take a bit more care to line it up on the edge. You can even put little bits on just to help you line it up like that. Then masking tape along the whole lot. Just start at the edge of the damper bar roughly. I go down the gap for the instrument. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be accurate. Push it down. Get yourself a good seal on the edge. Fold the whole lot over. Again, 2-inch masking tape at the ends. Now for the damper felt, with the side that you want against the notes up, which in this respect is the fluffy side, put it on a flat surface and just run the tape down the edge of the damper felt. Okay, turn it round, do the other side. You can see why I keep the felt over length. Adhesive spray, give it a good shake, go for it. So have a little test first. Okay. Okay, so see, backwards and forwards, turn the can upside down, spray it again so that clears the nozzles out, and work quickly. Okay, take the tape off the edge and remove the felt. Even if you stand on it, lay it back down on your table. All the paper off in one go. And as you saw, I whipped the paper off and the masking tape off early as possible. Don't let the glue set, basically, and the glue will dry relatively quickly, so I work fast to get that off. Now you can clean yourself up with a bit of Terps. This is just a substitute Terps. It just helps clean off the glue. Make sure you've got no bits of residue on your hands. And by the time you've sort of done that and screwed up the newspaper, it'll be ready to put on. Snake, I sort of lay it over my shoulder with the glue facing up so that it's off the floor basically, and then lay it on the end of your damper bar, and then I run my hands down. I'm just using my fingers to guide the felt so it's nice and even. Come back into camera shot and I go all the way down the instrument. So I get to the end and then brush it flat. Okay, nice sharp blade. You can see how much difference that is. Chop it off to meat, and that's it. Right, with all the notes on and your new damper felts, what I have is a board. Make sure it's straight. I've got felt on the back of it. You know, you need to make sure that it's straight in that plane. Actually, you know, if it's just a bit of wood, I actually use a bit of metal to take out any discrepancies. Just got a bit of felt on. If you need any of this felt, just ask. I also provide that. I sit it on top of the notes. Make sure that it's sort of nice and square along the damper bar, and I put on my straight edge on here and a couple of clamps, really. Not even done in any tension. They're literally just to sort of stop the thing from falling off. And at this stage, you need to go over and just make sure that the notes are central. Yeah, so that what I'm doing is I'm just bedding the notes in a bit into the felt. The felt is very soft, and I'm just helping the felt to sort of just create some little indentations in it that improve the damping. Actually, it sort of cups around the notes, and it, you know, that's what you want. Nice, you know, nice surface contact at the end of the bars. So, okay, so it's all straightened up, and I leave this for, you know, sort of the weekend. I mean, it's Friday, so I'll leave it over the weekend. On a Monday, I'll just take it out. A little bit chilly this morning, got my hat on. Let's see what's going on with this vibraphone. Have a little look, and I can see that it's beginning to bed in. I'll bring the camera closer. Bed in, And because I've sort of took care with the board, this just helps locate the notes in the right position, so that when you put the notes on and off, actually they're going to naturally fall into the right position. So as you can see, fitting the damper felt, relatively straightforward. It is something that you can do. Minimal amount of equipment required: masking tape, newspaper, sharp Stanley knife, and contact adhesive spray. You know, a bit of terps, or wear gloves and take the gloves off after you've screwed up the paper. It's just the residual glue that tends to go everywhere. But yeah, very straightforward. You know, you can do it yourself. So yeah, that's it really. Thank you for watching. Any questions, comments, put them in the box below. See you later.